Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're doing a review for episode 7, Lowkey Trippin. This episode was pretty much centered around Molly for the most part, or rather, Molly and Andrew. It's fair to say. We're just gonna say Molly for the sake of argument. This episode was confusing for me, honestly. I think there was a lot of fun moments in it, a lot of funny moments. But then there was also this like weird balance of anxiety and overwhelming emotion that I felt watching this episode, because there was moments where it was tense, it was super tense, and it was really awkward, and then it got lighthearted, awkward towards the end, but like that second act though, super awkward. Yikes! That's the stuff made out of nightmares, and I don't want to ever be in that kind of situation. So let's get down to it, and let me talk about the things that I liked and didn't like in it that were kind of meh, whatever, reviews and shit. So interestingly enough, it picks up where it left off with Issa getting ready to go in there and get that Ethiopian food, with Molly sitting there texting and stuff like that. Little do we know that Molly already peeped game and saw Issa outside the door getting ready to come in, and her first response is, okay, here we go, because she was ready for the BS, or she was ready for something, maybe an apology, maybe I don't know. I know she wasn't ready to get things back on track and set things right. Didn't feel like it, not in that moment anyway. Normally I like to think otherwise, but I don't think so, not on this one. I feel like any energy that she had towards this in particular scenario would have definitely for sure been negative. And that's fine, because this is a part of the growth process as the episode matures. So I don't feel like after all that was said and done at the block party that night, that Molly feels that there was any wrong that she did in any way, shape, or form. And I was kind of counting on Andrew to kind of let her know, like, nah, you was also tripping. Yeah, she might have did wrong, but you also tripped out. You didn't do that 100%. You're not clean in this one. And I was kind of really hoping on him to say that, and he didn't say that, and I don't know why he didn't say that. Maybe he's just tired of the friction, and he's trying to save his relationship by being as mellow as possible, or whatever, picking his battle, so to speak. Maybe, I don't know. Who could tell? I can't tell. Could y'all tell? Because I definitely couldn't tell. So that happened, but all is well that ends well. They went to Mexico on their little vacation, and it starts off with him fingering her. Well, first, Molly getting lost in the airport, and then getting fingered on the flight. That's got to be nice. I wouldn't know. I've never done that. So, there's that. Must be nice. Quick, let me throw out that quick shout out real quick. It took me a minute to recognize her face and register, but I'm pretty sure Mabel on the plane was Regina in Living Single. Matter of fact, I'm gonna Google that real quick. Hold up. Okay, I think it's Kim Fields. I'm pretty sure it's Regina. I really can't tell. I keep checking online. Maybe it's too soon because it just happened. But I feel like even if it just happened, there would still be some type of post in regards to the episode. I checked the full cast. Clearly not the full cast, because I know that's a celebrity. And I did not see Mabel on the full cast. The towel girl got included in the full cast, but not her. I'm irritated because it took me some time to look that up. Y'all won't see it because, as far as you know, I just jumped on over, but whatever, we're moving on. So right now, Molly is living her best life. She's hiking, drinking, fucking around with Andrew and stuff like that. We meet Andrew's brother and his sister-in-law, so wife. Lydia, and I thought Molly had a very funny joke in there, just like, should I be worried about Lydia? Is she gonna like try and fuck me later? Because I really thought it was gonna go in one direction, and it didn't. It just completely flipped. I thought she was gonna say something like, is she really gonna like try and kill herself later on? She did not say that. I didn't even see that coming when she said it, but when she said it, it made sense, and I don't really blame her for saying that. I don't. It was pretty funny. As I already said, the towel girl incident, and God, where do I even begin with this? This was the scene that was needed because it really showed where Molly's character is at, which isn't surprising because this is where Molly's character always is. But seeing it outside of Issa this time, it just goes to show like Issa is not just, it's not always just Issa. Like she has no influence with Issa now because Issa ain't there. They're in Mexico. She's in Mexico with her nigga. Miles away, thousands of miles away. And okay, maybe not thousands, maybe like a few hundred miles away, because it's Mexico. They're in LA, it's not that far. But they're in Mexico. And you're still having these like weird issues and problems. Like maybe what you said that night wasn't completely false, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say she's miserable, but she is always looking for a problem. And I don't think she does it on purpose, but she sees things. Now, granted, given the situation, the brother had a point. He was just being an ass about it. But where it had its points, it's really hard to talk about. This part is really hard to talk about to me because I see both sides. Yeah, I very much as a black man have experienced plenty of racism. Go figure. And yet, you're talking to another minority. You know, like they experience racism too. Like I thought that was a valid point. It was a quick little hit, and it was a powerful, quick little hit. Like you don't think I experienced racism too? I do, and it sucks. But how I choose to handle it is a whole different matter. And I'm like, bars. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. You can't stop racism. If you're a minority, you're never going to stop racism. That's always going to be a thing. You can't get rid of that. Because even we're racist towards other people, whether it be in a stereotypical manner or fashion, it doesn't really matter. Asians, good at kung fu, karate, fighting, and math. That's a stereotype. That's racist. It's funny sometimes, but it's racist. You can't. My point is, you can't get rid of racism. I've rambled on too far. Now, granted, I do think the towel girl was being slightly discriminatory because she did ask for a key card from them, but she didn't. I didn't see her ask them at all. I didn't even see them pull anything out. They looked like they were in swim trunks. They looked like they didn't have pockets. But maybe they did and I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But either case, I didn't see a key card come out and get flashed before she handed her a towel. But you get up to Molly, who clearly just jumped out the pool, clearly is looking for a towel. She's hecka wet. And you're going to be like, I need a key card. Sorry, ma'am. What? Granted, I think that was very valid. And it's a good thing that the brother came to the rescue before getting the manager and everything involved because of, something as simple as a key card. But again, even though he was a dick about it, he was right. This is a very interesting conversation. Now, clearly she hit a nerve. It hit a nerve and she was not feeling the conversation. But all the same, it's very much an interesting conversation because what ended up happening was the thing that is a part of Molly's problem. She did not face the problem head on when she was wrong. When it benefited her and she seemed like she was in the right, it was all good. Everybody can gang up on whoever because she's in the clear. But the moment she said something wrong, which she did when she said she said something about it only like you're only a minority when it benefits you, and everybody in the pool was like, wait, hold up, whoa, time out, that's where you're wrong. I don't think like that. Andrew's like, I don't think like that either. What you talking about? It's like, oh, you're different. Different how? Valid questions. Now's a different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now these are red flags to watch out for. Like, what you mean? You think I just feel like I'm privileged because I'm this and that and I'm not black? Like, what the fuck? Like, no. Racism is racism. It really doesn't matter whether you get called a nigger, whether you get called a chink, whether you get called a wetback. It really doesn't matter. Racism is racism. That's it. Flat out. No one, like, granted, we as African Americans in the community get, shot and all these other things a lot more or whatever. But aside from that being a thing, people are still very much openly racist to other ethnic backgrounds. Like, that's very much a thing. So, within that moment, Molly was wrong. And instead of apologizing, seeing that there was an error, even though she already knew that there was an error in her way of thinking, because now the aura is completely flipped. And you didn't even chuck it up enough and own it enough to apologize and say that you were wrong. You even say it to your man after the fact. You were just worried about whether the brother felt like he should apologize or whatever, and he did. He didn't actually apologize. Andrew said that he apologized, which I'm sure he did. But after the fact, we didn't really see them anymore. Granted, that's just kind of how things go now. I wonder how awkward that's going to be later on going forward, right? I knew it. I was right. Well, I can't say that I was right. They're all speculations, but I have made my speculations, and I was right. I was right. So Nathan dipped on Issa and ghosted because he has mental issues. Not like that in a bad way or whatever, but he has mental issues. Like I don't know what to say. It's mental problems. Nathan dipped because of that, and he couldn't handle it. There was a lot of things going on, and he couldn't handle all that, so he dipped. That makes sense, and I already had that thought at the end of the season because of the way he came back, and I'm sure he wanted to say something to Issa, and he was going to, and then Issa said, "Never mind, I don't even care. It don't even matter." So, kind of gets off scot-free with that one. So I'm wondering, at some point in time later on, does this come back up, or is it just kind of scattered to the wind? Like what are we doing with that one right now, right? I feel like these are very relevant things to be talking about. Mental issues in the black community. These are important. These are important things. Thank you, Issa Rae, and all the writers, or whoever thought about that idea first to even bring it to the table. So, shout out to that. But hearing Issa in the background, hanging out with Nathan, she's here Molly go getting started, talking about they hanging out, they back together and stuff like that, and all this other stuff or whatever. And once again, Molly was wrong, talking about Nathan showed who he really is to her, and he's trash, blah, blah, blah. And Andrew's just like, he's dealing with mental issues. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And now, once again, the aura changed. You thinking one thing, and it's something else entirely. You don't know shit. That was what was going on at the baby. I keep calling it the baby shower. It wasn't the baby shower. When they went to go see Tiffany, and Lawrence was talking to Issa and all that stuff or whatever. It's a recurring thing. I don't really know what to say to that. You know what I'm saying? Like what more can you do? Like Molly needs to get her shit together and stop being this way. Like it's not working out in her benefit right now. Like she's losing fan creds with me for that.
You gotta own up to that, bro. Like even if other people are wrong, you gotta acknowledge that you did wrong somewhere in there. You still gotta own up to that wrong that you did. But to not see that you did anything wrong, like you just getting off scot-free, like you're innocent in this, like you didn't do shit. Debatable.
But the saving grace of it all was that she did, after all this went on and stuff like that, might have had some of those thoughts. So she decided to call her therapist and actually, reach out and be like, hey, yo, I need to get a session in because I'm kind of losing it a little bit here. I've been going through a lot and it's been piling up, and I just really need to get this off of my chest. Like, can we link up sometime? Granted, the therapist didn't answer, but leaving the message, calling at least, it's a start. Which wouldn't have even been a start if it wasn't for Issa kind of telling her, maybe it'll work. I don't understand why you're being so big, so high and mighty about it. It's therapy. It's meant to help. You know what I'm saying? So once again, Issa put that in there. I mean, technically it was the girl that she ran into or whatever, but it was kind of Issa's backup that was kind of maybe you should try therapy. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I don't recall her saying it in a rude and negative way. I think she just said maybe she's onto something. And then she took it super personal. And then next thing you know, this nigga's in therapy. So what the fuck did you get all mad at me for? That's annoying. That's stressful. Who wants to be around that shit all the time? So, in closing, for the most part, what I can mostly say about all this is that both sides were wrong. We already know. And seeing Molly live her best life was fun, was dope. Molly nasty. Oh my God. Oh, real quick, I gotta point it out because I'm gross like that. Andrew out here rubbing Molly's feet down. Got a nice little shot of that.
Well, what are you gonna do if I don't stop?
That was dope. If I could make that my thumbnail, I would, but that's doing too much, right?
Nah, it's probably fine.
And then when she came out in that lingerie, oh my gosh. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. I'm talking about that sheer black one with the laces and the straps, boy. That she got on top of him being all rough and aggressive, like. Ooh, and she told, oh my gosh, you want me that bad, huh? Okay, well, you're going to have to eat this ass first.
You really want me, huh? But first, you gotta eat this ass.
Oh my god! And the balcony scene. The balcony scene was weak, but I felt it still. It was just like she said, the feeling knowing that you could get caught anyway. And you on vacation time too, nigga? Please. We going in for it. So I definitely love those. I'm probably gonna go back and watch that. Now that I think she's seeing that she's got some own stuff. She's got her own stuff that she's gotta like let go of and like deal with and come to terms with. I think hopefully it will be empowering when she finally can come to grips with that, and when she can finally stop blaming other people for shit and actually like take accountability for the shit that she's actually done. She doesn't always do wrong things, but the stuff that she does that is wrong, like it showed in this episode, like I previously explained, she's got to do better, bro. Like she's got to step up and be like, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Like it don't take much. Like you can do that with Andrew for some reason, no problem. Especially if somebody like gets on your head about it, mostly Issa. But you can't do it on your own. You can't do it in this scenario. Like you were dead ass wrong in this one. Like you really should have apologized. So hopefully that becomes the thing, and Molly will get her shit together, and they will live happily ever after, and she will apologize to Issa, and Issa will apologize to her because she's kind of in the same boat with her. And oh, nigga, yo, I almost forgot the ending with Lawrence coming back to the picture, nigga. Oh my god! Quick. I just gotta see this real quick. First of all, no homo, maybe, kinda, hashtag all the homo. I really like the short haircut on Lawrence. I really got tired of that like little long frohawk thing that he had going on. I really did. So seeing with the full beard and the shaved head, it was just like, oh, okay. I see you trying to get yeah, I feel it. But that raises more questions. That nigga said he was coming from Frisco. Why? What was in Frisco? What were you doing out there in Frisco? And who did he contact first thing on the phone? I'd assume it's Issa, because, you know, he's been trying to get that old thing back, so to speak. But he's also been gone for a minute now, as far as we know, maybe? I'm not really sure. I would assume he's been gone for a minute. Because the last time we saw him was at Tiffany's house with the baby and everything. And that was what, Thanksgiving? No, it was after Thanksgiving. It was like December. Because it was a month before the block party. Oh. Yeah, so it's been a minute. It's been at least a month or two since they probably seen each other. So him getting off the plane talking about, you know, I've been thinking about you free for drinks later. I don't think he just abandoned the thought of Issa like that, but then again, maybe he did. I don't know. We'll probably get to that next week. I hope we get to it next week. I hope it'll be another Lawrence-driven episode, because that would be great. It'd be fucking dope. But aside from that, I don't know, man. Like, it's making me more curious. I'm getting more and more excited for this whole Lawrence and Issa thing, to see where it leads, because I want them to be together. But that's a whole different conversation in itself, and I'm not going to get into right now. I'll say that for next week. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more updates as I update, because I will keep updating. And until next week for episode 8, whatever episode that's going to be. I don't check previews, so I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't want to get spoiled on what's going to happen and start making assumptions and predictions and theories and stuff like that. I'd rather just wait. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, thank you guys for watching. I love y'all. And until next time, I will be here telling it like it is.